Today, our journey will solely consist of deactivating your active mind to achieve calmness and tranquility for a good night's sleep. So, stretch your body, close your eyes, and for today, have no expectation other than to let yourself go. Picture yourself on a beautiful porch on an incredible summer night. Your body lies extended and relaxed on a comfortable lounger, gently swaying as tiredness sets in. The temperature is perfect, and every sound you hear adds to your growing sense of peace. Look up at the pretty star-filled sky and feel the tranquility of this night as you breathe it in. You can see the moon subtly illuminating the place where you are. Begin to hear the sound of an owl, seemingly getting closer, observing you through the reflection of its eyes in the darkness, motionless in front of you with a knowing gaze. In a subtle blink, the owl seems to invite you to close your eyes. In your mind, you can hear a nearby voice, like a whisper, asking you to disconnect from any thoughts for today and return to the child you once were, imagining the stories that were told to you. Once, you were an incredible child who loved circuses, particularly the animals, and your favorite was the elephant. During the show, the giant animal displayed its size, weight, and immense strength. However, between acts, the elephant remained tethered by a chain around one of its legs. A small stake in the ground, yet it was just a tiny piece of wood barely buried a few inches in the earth. Although the chain was thick and powerful, the girl felt obvious that the animal could uproot a tree with its own strength and surely could easily pull out that stake and escape. Watching it, the girl started questioning what kept the elephant still. Why didn't it flee from its aggressors? Why didn't it escape from that place? The girl asked a teacher for help to understand the mystery. The teacher explained that the elephant didn't escape because it was trained. However, the girl couldn't get a coherent answer as to why they kept chaining it if it was already tamed. With time, she forgot the elephant and stake mystery. Years later, as a grown woman, she understood that the circus elephant never escaped because it had been tied to a similar stake all its life since it was small. She imagined the newborn elephant tied to that stake, pulling with all its might at the chain but seeing its efforts futile. And she kept imagining the elephant, never giving up, trying day after day until a terrible day marked its history. The elephant broke free from those chains because it genuinely believed it couldn't do it. The elephant stored in its memory all that sense of powerlessness. What's worse, it never seriously questioned whether it could test its strength again. Once upon a time, a sultan rode through the streets of Istanbul, surrounded by courtiers and soldiers. Everyone in the city came out of their homes to watch him pass. They all bowed, except for a windy man standing there. The Sultan halted and had the man brought forth, demanding to know why he hadn't bowed like the others. The man replied that everyone bowing meant longing for what the Sultan had: money, power. social position. But for him, those things no longer held value. Why should he bow if he owned 2 slaves who, to the Sultan, were his masters? The crowd held its breath, and the Sultan turned white with rage. What do you mean by that? I am the undisputed Sultan of all these lands. Everything is under my rule, and everyone answers to me, he said, full of anger. My 2 slaves, which to you are lords dominating your life, are anger and greed, revealed the man. Realizing the truth in what he had heard, the Sultan bowed before him. A man approached a wise elder and said, I've been told you're wise, please. Tell me, what things are those that a wise person can do and are not within the reach of others? The old man replied, When I eat simply, when I sleep, I'm sleeping, and when I speak to you, I'm only speaking to you. The man reacted, not understanding, and said that he could also do those things, so why wasn't he considered wise? The old man replied, Yes, but when you sleep, do you recall the day's problems or imagine those you might have tomorrow? When you eat, are you planning your afternoon? And while you speak with me, are you already thinking about what you'll ask or answer before I finish? If you're not aware of what you're doing in your present moment, if you don't cherish the daily miracle of life, you'll never be as wise as I am. Clearly, the butterfly struggled intensely to pass through the small opening, but there came a point where it seemed to have ceased its efforts. It wasn't making progress, it was stuck. The man, full of kindness, decided to help by cutting the opening with a small pair of scissors. However, the butterfly was swollen, its wings tiny and folded. The man waited, hoping that at any moment the wings would unfold and grow enough to support the butterfly's body, reducing its swelling. But none of that occurred. The butterfly could only crawl in circles with its swollen body and folded. Wings. It never flew. In his kindness, the man failed to realize that the restriction of the cocoon and the struggle to exit through the small hole was how nature drained fluids from the butterfly's body, allowing it to unfurl its wings. That struggle was crucial for the butterfly to become strong enough to fly. It was deprived not only of the struggle, but also of its health and strength. Life doesn't trust our abilities to move forward. Unless we encounter those obstacles, we can never grow and become as strong as that butterfly could have been.